After your engine starts, the alternator takes over the job of recharging the battery and supplying power to almost every electrical component in your vehicle. To make this happen, the alternator converts rotational mechanical energy into electrical energy through a belt and pulley system. Inside, the rotating components generate current that keeps everything running, from your headlights to your dashboard electronics, all while ensuring the battery stays charged. The problem is, if the alternator starts to weaken, you can suddenly lose electrical power while driving. That means the lights go out, the electronic systems shut down, and worst of all, the engine can stall right in the middle of heavy traffic. But here's the thing, alternators don't usually fail all at once. They give you warning signs first, and if you can spot those early, you'll save yourself from getting stranded on the side of the road. In this video, we're going to break down the 8 most common symptoms of a bad alternator you should never ignore. And stick around until the end, because I'll also answer one of the most common questions drivers ask. How can I tell if my alternator is weak without a warning light? Number 1. Dashboard warning light. One of the first signs is right in front of you. Your dashboard might light up with a battery-shaped symbol, or sometimes a warning that says ALT or GEN. This doesn't always mean the battery itself is bad. Instead, it's often the charging system. So if you've ever asked, how does a car act when the alternator is going out? This is one of the clearest answers. Number 2. Dead battery or rapid drain. Even with a new one, a weak alternator won't charge the battery properly. That leads to a dead battery, sometimes overnight. What's worse, even a brand new battery can drain quickly if the alternator isn't keeping up. Many drivers waste money swapping the battery when the alternator is the real culprit. This is where people often wonder about the difference. Signs of a bad alternator versus a bad battery. The key? If the battery keeps dying even after replacement, the alternator is the real culprit. Number 3. Trouble starting the car. When your car struggles to start, it's easy to blame the battery, but often, the alternator is at fault. If it isn't keeping the battery charged, you'll face slow cranking, repeated clicks when turning the key, or constant jump starts. This happens because the alternator's job is to replenish the battery after every start and while you're driving. When it fails, the battery is forced to carry the entire load until it's drained. That's why even a brand new battery can die quickly if the alternator isn't doing its job. The best way to confirm? Check the voltage with a multimeter. With the engine running, it should read between 13.8 and 14.4 volts. Anything lower means the alternator isn't supplying enough power to keep your battery ready for the next start. Number 4. Electrical component malfunctions. The alternator doesn't just charge the battery, it also powers electrical accessories while you drive. A weak alternator can cause slow-moving power windows, flickering dashboard screens, a radio that cuts out, or AC that doesn't blow as cold. If you've ever wondered, can a weak alternator cause poor engine performance? The answer is yes, especially because modern cars rely heavily on stable electrical voltage for everything from ignition timing to fuel injection. Number 5. Dim or flickering lights. This is one of the easiest signs to notice. If your headlights, interior lights, or dashboard lights dim at idle, and get brighter when you rev the engine. Your alternator is struggling to keep up at low RPM. This is what people mean when they describe bad alternator voltage. If left unchecked, visibility at night gets worse, and the risk of a complete electrical shutdown increases. Number 6. Burning smell. If you notice a burning rubber or electrical smell under the hood, don't ignore it. It could mean the serpentine belt is slipping or worn out, which directly affects the alternator's ability to charge the battery. In some cases, it might even be overheated wiring or the alternator itself getting too hot. If you've ever searched bad alternator smell, this is what you're noticing. Catching this early can prevent more serious electrical damage or a complete alternator failure. Number 7. Strange noises. A failing alternator can make unusual noises, like grinding or whining. These sounds often point to worn-out bearings inside the alternator. Ignoring them can lead to a complete breakdown as the alternator struggles to keep up with your car's electrical demands. In some cases, the alternator pulley itself can also go bad, which raises the question many ask: how do you know if an alternator pulley is bad? You'll notice either a grinding sound from the bearing or a wobble in the pulley itself. Number 8. Engine stalling or hesitation. A weak alternator doesn't deliver steady voltage to the ignition system or fuel injectors. So how does a car act when the alternator is going out? You might notice poor engine performance. The engine may sputter, idle roughly, hesitate when you accelerate, or even stall completely. This bad voltage turns a simple charging issue into a serious safety risk on the road. Sometimes, you won't get any warning lights on the dashboard at all. So how can you tell if your alternator is getting weak? One simple way is to turn on everything electrical in your car: the radio, AC, window defroster, HVAC, headlights. Now watch your lights closely. If the headlights or dash lights dim when the engine is idling, but get brighter when you rev the engine, that's a clear sign the alternator is still working, but it's starting to fail. It means the charging system can't keep up with demand at low RPM, and sooner or later, the alternator will completely give out. Now that you know the 8 most common symptoms of a bad alternator, it's clear just how critical this component is to your car's safety and performance. Ignoring these signs can lead to dead batteries, flickering lights, malfunctioning electronics, and even engine stalls. And nobody wants to get stranded on the road. So how does a car act when the alternator is going out? Keep an eye on your dashboard. Watch for dim or flickering lights, strange smells, unusual noises, or hesitation in your engine. Catching these warning signs early can save you from expensive repairs and a dangerous roadside breakdown. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on keeping your car running smoothly.